And he stayed on you, you're right. And now, like right now, there's spots where that front door is there to go in, he doesn't go in it. He waits a little too long, see what he's doing, and he waits on the outside, and he doesn't get the things done that he used to get done. And that's allowing Mack to get a little reprieve and to be able to do work like this.
Combination punching from Mack. Once again, that sweeping right hand was able to connect, and then he just snuck one into the body. Johnson comes in with a three-punch combination of his own.
And again, I know the early rounds are important for both fighters, but more important to me for the 41-year-old, because at 41, who knows what he has in the late rounds? You have to figure from a physical standpoint, the younger guy might have more in the late rounds. So, to me, Johnson has to put rounds in the bank early. He can't depend on them late.
Long been one of the most well-respected, solid pros of the game, Glenn Johnson. But a very tough test tonight in a much-improved Yusaf Mack.
But to me, Johnson, if there was such a thing, he'd be the perfect guy as an ambassador for this sport.
Agreed.
I mean, he's everything that's good about this business.
So likable, such a consistent pro.
You see Johnson trying to set up that right hand. Jabs to the body, and he's looking for that right hand.
End of 5. Ring Magazine and ESPN.com, top 10 light heavyweights meeting up here at an IBF title eliminator. Yusaf Mack and Glenn Johnson in what has been a very entertaining fight here in Davie, Florida. Joe Tessitore, Teddy Atlas here. Friday night fights from Nova Southeastern University on Super Bowl weekend in South Florida. Good work with the jab from Glenn Johnson. Then he got a right hand in the mix. Glenn Johnson scored a knockdown with a right hand.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Looking for it all night, Joe. The jab to the body to set up that right hand up top.
Now he goes to the body with the right hand, doubles up the jab again. 2 minutes to go.
Mack has been knocked out twice, and we said at the beginning, both those losses came against guys that are exactly like Johnson. Physical, tough, and relentless.
Jackhammer kind of guys.
Exactly. See, this is where Johnson must take something. You know, where you see Mack put on those earmuffs, it looks like there's nothing there. There is something there. You got to go find it. Got to go around those elbows like that and then upstairs like that.
And now Mack puts himself against the ropes and covers up as Johnson tries to get that right hand around the guard. Mack opened up for a second, but Johnson missed with the right hand when he did.
You know, I talked about...
Didn't miss there, and he goes down again. A well-placed strafing attack from Glenn Johnson. Second knockdown.
7, 8. Okay. You all right? Talk to me. You all right? All right, come to me. Come to me.
And Joe, again,
let's go.
Both these fighters like to lay their heads on the right side, especially Mack, and he's paying a price for it. Watch where he lays his head. And now that time, and the referee stops it.
It is over, and the 41-year-old Glenn Johnson, who was tested very well today, pulls it off again. 3 knockdowns in the 6th round, and South Florida's very own is celebrating in front of his home fans.
Like I said earlier, Johnson was showing his age. What did I say? It was 21 or 41? I got a little confused.
41 years old, former light heavyweight champion of the world, who lost the rematch to Chad Dawson this past November, got this opportunity in an IBF title eliminator against Yusaf Mack, a fight that was supposed to go back in January. It was canceled. Both men wanted to keep the date, keep the opportunity, move forward. They did. And now Glenn Johnson, once again, will move forward in his career. And what a career it has been.
Take a look at the first knockdown. And again, there's the jab by Johnson. And then the right hand. Watch Mack's head. It's on the right side. An alleyway for the right hand. Again, Mack leaves his head over. And Johnson, with all that experience, he pinpoints that right hand behind the jab. And then the end of the fight. After Mack's been on the floor twice, Johnson, well, at 41 years of age and 17 years in this business, he knows how to close a show.
Let's get the official particulars with Bob Alexander.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Nova Southeastern University in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, your referee in charge, Frank Gentile, stops this bout at 2 minutes, 21 seconds of the 6th round. Your winner by TKO, Glenn, the Road Warrior Johnson.
He's had a career spent with heartbreaking, controversial decisions. Tonight, no decision to be had. He went after it in round 6. He caught him with the right hand. He applied the pressure, and Yusaf Mack broke. Glenn Johnson, knockout victory, and we will talk to the former champ when we come back on Friday Night Fights. Friday Night Fights here in South Florida. Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas joined by the former light heavyweight champ in the world, Glenn Johnson, who has plans to be a champ again, coming off an impressive 6-round knockout of Yusaf Mack. I got to check your license. You sure you're 41 years old?
41, man, 41, 69.
You know what I got to ask him? In history, it says that Ponce de Leon was looking for the Fountain of Youth down here in this state in Florida. Let me, did you find it?
I think I'm it.
Tremendous performance in the 6th round against Mack. And Mack was highly competitive tonight, was there every step of the way, but then finally you found the right hand.
Did you know going in that you were going to find that right hand? Because I was talking about before the fight that he likes to lay his head over on the right side a little bit where he's vulnerable to that punch.
I was really looking for the left hook to the body because I know he leaned over there and I wanted to get the left hook first to the body. But a lot of times when I try to get it, I would hit his elbow. So that's when I started looking for the right hand. I say, okay, I got to look for the right hand, but I got to set it up. I started off a little bit tight. I was a little bit tight in the first couple of rounds. It took me a couple of rounds to loosen up, got comfortable, and then I take my time and work it well and got everything in there.
Well, I tell you, you set up that right hand the way you always do. You have a real special way of doing that. You like to jab to the body, kind of keep your opponents, distract them a little bit, and then shoot it upstairs.
Make him think about the body a little bit, and then slide over the top with the right hand. It's something that I always try to do in all my fights, and it worked great in this one.
You know, I have to tell you, because you're going to see the tape anyway, and you're going to say, Teddy, you said I look a little old. Now, you look great, but there was one spot there where I said maybe he's shown his age a little bit, because there was spots where I thought you could have got inside and went to work, and you thought about it and you stayed outside. And normally the old Glenn Johnson would have been right there, like all over him like a cheap suit, you know, and he would have been working. You took your time. Was that a conscious effort of pacing yourself?
It was definitely a conscious effort. I started to go in there and do my work, but when I got to the point where I would start doing my work, I didn't see it anymore. So I slide out a little bit to start over and to see if I can find it again, and that's what I did, and that's the reason why. And you're right, I am getting a little bit old, and I am being a little bit more smart about my work instead of go in there and just go to work.
Well, you're like fine wine. All right, Glenn, let's talk about the future now, and we'll put up the light heavyweight rankings, ring rankings at 175 pounds. So number 3 knocks out number 7 tonight, which supposedly is going to give you a shot at the belt holder, who's number 6 below you, Tavares Cloud. What do you make of your immediate future here, Glenn?
Tavares Cloud is a tough fighter. He's an all-action guy. The type of guys I like to fight. You know, they come in there no nonsense, trying to go about their business, and that worked well with me because I do the same thing. So I believe that's going to be an explosive fight. It's going to be a fan favorite fight, and I'm looking forward to fighting him because he's a good fighter.
17 years, 50 wins now in your career. You ever think we'd be standing here 17 years, 50 wins deep into this?
Not at all. Not at all. But you know what? I feel good, and I'm enjoying it. I'm so thankful for God and thankful for the fans who keep supporting me. I work very hard at my craft, and I put a lot into it, and it's finally paying off. It's late in my career, late in age, but it's still paying off. I'm holding up pretty good, so I'm trying to take it as far as I can.
Well, you represent yourself and the sport very well, Glenn. Continued success in the future. Glenn Johnson, a knockout winner tonight against Yusaf Mack. Another look. It came in round number 6. 3 knockdowns scored. Still to come. Grudge match. Joey Hernandez and Ed Paredes. But first, back to the studio and Kevin Connors.